right. It's great to have the military out here today. Military Appreciation Day. All they do for us, so we can do, including you guys, so you can do what you do along with us. So anyways, the guys that didn't practice today, Brady Stool, and he'll be out. Marquise will be out. Driscoll will be out. Kareem Hunt got a quad contusion. I'm just going to see about him. I'm still kind of figuring out who's going to play, not play, that whole deal. So there's a chance I sit a couple of the starters or at least be short with them. We want to make sure we get a good look at these guys, these young guys. So we'll just see how it all rolls going forward. Other than that, everybody practiced and did a nice job. So.
Andy, with playing time calls, could the third game come into play with that?
Yeah, there's a chance they play a little bit more in the third game. Yeah.
Coach, how'd camp go?
Yeah, so listen, first of all, the people up here have been phenomenal. And they feed us, they house us, they baby us, they keep this field looking groomed like they do, and the facility cleaned up, and so we appreciate that. And then the guys came up in a good frame of mind. They worked hard. I mentioned it to them last night that, there wasn't one of those days where we had a hiccup day, where everything was just not right. The biorhythms were down, all that. We didn't have one of those. I mean, the guys came out with a purpose, and I thought they handled it the right way and worked their tail off. We got some good weather. We got a mixture of the heat and normal days, so it was good all the way around that way. So, but again, we look forward to going back and getting that part started too. So, but I thought this was very productive. I want to see this game. I want to get the young guys some good reps in this game, and you want to make sure you give Brett enough to evaluate and the coaches to evaluate. So we'll try to get that done.
How impressed have you been with Chris Olajokin, both in the game and in these past few days?
Yeah, so look, I thought he had a good game last week. So he'll play. He'll get some playing time this week, and all of them will. Pat would be the one that would get slighted, But so that would be, But those other three will get plenty of time.
Is Patrick not going to play on?
Well, we'll see. There's a good chance he doesn't, but we'll see how it goes.
What do you mentioned? I know these reps are important for anyone who gets them, but with the left side of the offensive line, Kingsley and Josh being either new spots or new players.
Yeah.
How important do you view their reps this time?
Yeah, I think it's important. Yeah, I think every snap they get, practice included, is important. There's got to be a chemistry that they develop there, and that takes a little bit of time. So, so it's not just being able to block your guy. All the games involved and blitzes involved and communication. You gotta play with each other to know that. So, yeah.
Something made about Josh potentially giving away, but pass or run based on his sets. Is that something you guys talked about after that game?
You always look at that. I mean, you look at it at every position, quarterback included. I mean, you want to make sure that you're not giving anything away, and that's a battle. And these guys, we train them that way so they can evaluate themselves too. And maybe one thing sets up another thing. So.
Andy, you said previously that you met Taylor before she began dating Travis with the announcement of her being on, the Brothers podcast today, and obviously announcing the album. Any excitement? Any chance you'll get a chance to view podcast later today?
No, but listen. I'm like really old, Nate. My grandkids will be all over it. So I'm happy for them. Yeah. Both of them, like each other, and that's what a plus that is. They care about each other, and that's I think that's the most important thing. The older you get, you want these guys to have somebody they can settle down with and that whole deal, and so I think it's a neat deal for them. Yeah. Both of them.
On that non-football Travis front, did they GQ article came out yesterday. I'm assuming you didn't probably read that whole thing, but I don't know if you saw the photographs holding snakes and alligators.
It's great to be young, man. That alligator was 175 pounds or something. They made him hold it for quite a while, it looked like. So I'm not sure who was madder, the alligator or Travis. But
Serious question about campus. No hiccup days. You rarely have hiccup days up here, but what do you kind of attribute that to, the way this kind of camp works?
yeah, I would tell you the senior leadership on the team. You know, you got guys that don't miss practice, that have been around. I mean, take Travis. We're talking about Travis. Yeah, take Travis. He didn't want to miss a rep, let alone a practice. So that goes a long way. You don't have to say much as a coach when you're, the Pat Mahomeses, Chris Jones, Bolton. I mean, these guys, Juju. These guys don't want to miss. They don't want to miss a day. I mean, I can keep going. McDuffie. So he's a young guy, but he's a leader in the group too. So those guys, when they do that, that's you miss, you better be really hurt. That's how it goes.
Andy, you talked about the military and giving back to those guys. How kind of cool is that? You guys get to do this every year at camp.
Yeah, no, I think it's a neat thing. I had a chance to go to Afghanistan a few years back, quite a few years now, but just to see the camaraderie there. And I wish every 16-year-old had a chance to go over there and see that, how everybody works together. I mean, the flag means a lot. It's just, it's about America and keeping America right for all of us to do what we do here. And it's great to have a minute to appreciate him, Herbie included. So, right, Herbie was a big part of that.
Okay, thanks,
all right, good, thanks.
Patrick, just overall the camaraderie of camp, you guys go out and get pizza a lot of times.
Yep.
How did that all come together this year?
I thought it was awesome, just getting to spend some time with the guys, and I thought we had a great training camp. There was none of those bad days where it's just no energy. Everybody kind of brought their own motivation and motivated each other, and so I thought it was a really good training camp, and it was good to kind of be here with the guys and kind of build that team chemistry that you're going to need throughout a season.
Who put the bill on the dinners this year?
I think it kind of goes here and there, so we'll keep that secret.
Coach said you're maybe not going to play it much at all, maybe in this game on Friday. It's a little bit different than what it's been in the past. You want to play a lot, but
yeah, I mean, I'll be prepared to play. I mean, I think I go into every single game with the mentality of you don't know how much you're going to get in there. So whenever you do get reps, you just try to maximize those. And so I'll go through my normal routine and be ready to go. And we'll see how it gets as we get there. But I'll be prepared to play for however many snaps that is.
Looks like you had a good time today. How much enjoyment you get out of being the scout team quarterback for a day?
Yeah, it's fun. You get to push the envelope a little bit. You get to try stuff even more than you would try at a regular training camp practice. And so worked on kind of my fakes and stuff like that, trying to get the defense to bite on fakes and stuff. And then try to throw it into tighter windows. Sometimes those things are circled, but you want to still try to fit it in there and get the completions. And so it's a different type of competitive thing that you go through, and you're trying to beat the defense whenever they are kind of set up to succeed.
Patrick, what did you learn about the team at camp?
Yeah, I think you learned. I didn't learn this, but you know how hungry these guys are. I mean, started in OTAs, and guys are ready to compete. They're ready to get out there and prove who we are. And we have a lot of young guys, and I think it's bringing a lot of energy to the team to add with the veteran leadership that we have. And so I'm excited for the team and excited to get out there. And we got a good last few preseason games, and then we have a great early schedule. So I think guys are really ready to get out there and showcase who we are.
Patrick, a couple of those young guys on the left side of your offensive line, what did you see in their progression over the weeks out here?
I thought they learned a ton. I mean, obviously they're talented and they have the physical abilities, but being tested by Spags every single day, you have to learn how to not make the same mistakes twice, and they did a good job of that. And so we'll continue to get better and better as they continue to get more and more reps. I thought they did a great job just getting better and better each and every day at training camp, and we have to continue to build that throughout the season.
I know that you guys practice hard out here, but also the regular season's a different beast. What is the difference in putting that together in a regular season?
Yeah, I think you don't have the reps, I guess you would say. I mean, obviously you get so many reps at training camp that when you make a mistake, you kind of get another chance at it. Versus in the regular season, you make that mistake, it be the difference of a game. And so for them, it's just they're making their mistakes now. They're learning from their mistakes so that when we get to the regular season, they can execute, not make those mistakes in the game. And so this is what it's all about. That's why we have so many reps at camp. That's why we practice at the pace that we practice at, because you want to be able to get those mistakes out of the way now so that when you're in the season, you're not making those mistakes in kind of those do or die type situations in the game.
I'm not sure this is everybody's first choice of where they would want to train, but when you finish this, is there like a sense of accomplishment or gratification that you kind of survived a month of this?
No, yeah, I mean it's. I mean, I like it out here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's like the best practice fields that you could possibly have, and the weather kind of held off pretty. I mean, except for like one day, it was pretty good weather all year long, and even though the dorms are, I could do without the dorms, but everything else, like I have fun out here, and I'm excited to get home now and see my kids. But at the same time, you kind of get away and you focus just on football, and it kind of locks you in for whenever you go back. You're in football season and you're not in that off season kind of mode, and so it's good to get away from here, get away from home for a little bit, and just focus just on football. But I'm definitely excited to see the kids when I get back.
We'll go across the room, starting with Pete. Go ahead, Pete.
Patrick, yesterday you played the crossbar game, and you've done games like that at camp. Is there something more than just the enjoyment of playing the game to get from that?
Yeah, it keeps competition going. You know, we have competition in that quarterback room, and we want to have healthy competition and fun and keep stuff motivated. And so I think the coaches do a great job. If you see us sometimes when we're in individual, we're doing drills and we're working on footwork and stuff like that. But they keep it fun, too, where we're doing drills where you're working on accuracy like crossbar, and stuff like that in pressure type situations with everybody watching. We like to do it when the fans are out there, so there's no hiding. You got to do it where everybody sees it, and so it puts you in. I'm not gonna say game-like situations, but it puts you in a place where there's pressure on you. You got to be accurate and make throws, and so it's definitely a lot of fun. We came up short yesterday. I didn't get the throw in that last one. I blame Nags. So it's if I'd have got one throw, I thought we were gonna win.
Patrick, just what was your reaction when you saw the news maybe before most of us did that, you know, Taylor's going to go on Travis's podcast, and did you know a new album was coming?
No, it surprised me too. I mean, I knew before y'all did, just because like they called me after the podcast was done. They didn't call me; they called Brittany, and then I was like in the back of the FaceTime. But I knew that I'm obviously super excited. I mean, just knowing Taylor and seeing the process from just a little bit closer of how she makes the albums, it's going to be amazing because how much work she puts into it, and what better place to announce it than the New Heights podcast, where I feel like she can be herself and showcase who she is. And I think people are going to be really excited to watch it tonight. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a little bit of the clips just like everybody else, but I'll be tuned in tonight at I think it's 7 Eastern. So I'll be able to have something to watch here on this night off that I have.
With the preseason schedule the way it is now, if you didn't play much on Friday, would you like to play some in that third preseason game just so there's not a long layoff until week 1?
I always want to play. So it's kind of like I always want to be out there and playing. And like you can say that you don't want to play, and then you get to the game, and it's like, man, I want to be in the game and playing with playing a game with my teammates. And so at the end of the day, I trust in Coach Reid and his process, and he has a reason for everything that he does. And so, like I said, I'll be ready to play this week, tomorrow, and if I get to play, I'll be ready to go. And if I don't, I'll be ready to go again the next week. And if I'm not, I'll be just as energized on the sideline as I would be if I was playing in the game. And so I trust in Coach Reid fully. And so whatever his decision is, I'll be ready to go out there and get the most I can out of it.
Spags spilled the tea earlier about the Chris Jones rule, which I'm assuming you knew about.
I don't know if the Chris Jones rule
Chris Jones rule, after Chris strained his calf back in the practice for the playoffs a few years ago, chasing you.
Oh, yeah, I do know this rule. Yeah, no. Yeah, he says that. I think I'm faster than him. But, no, it's when Chris wants to disrupt a play in a game, he can disrupt it. And so like you saw at some points of practice yesterday, it's like Chris was just pissed off, and he like just ruined an entire period for the offense. And that's just the type of player he is like he can do that. And so that's why he's going to have a gold jacket one day, and it's because he at any moment can disrupt an entire game. And so the chasing thing, I think he's just I'm quick. I think I just make him miss too much. But he can say it's the Chris rule if he wants to.
Last three guys, we're going to go Neil, McKenzie, and then Todd. Go ahead, Neil.
How much does it hurt you that you haven't had 5 out there being able to play with him and get up to speed with him?
I mean, I always want more and more reps. I mean, I think that's everything. But I think he's done a great job progressing in the rehab process, and so hopefully this soon, really soon, that we get to get back on the field again. And I know it won't be in front of the fans and stuff like that, but he'll get enough work in. We have enough weeks left that he'll get the work, and he's gotten the mental work, he's gotten the walkthrough work inside the building, and so we talk all the time on the sideline and throughout games. But hopefully we get him out there soon, and we can get a few weeks of work as we go into the season.
Patrick, 1 pass, 1 yard, 1 touchdown in the first game. Did you get done what you wanted to in that game for the short amount of time you're in?
Yeah, I mean, other than like I said, I always like to get hit, not hit hard, but I like to get touched, and I didn't get touched, which is a good thing for the offensive line, obviously. But I want to get like pushed, like softly pushed, just one time to let you know that I can get hit. Chris does it at practice, but other than that, like maybe someone else on another team doing it.
I'm assuming you knew that Travis took pictures with snakes and alligators before we did too, but we saw these photographs yesterday. What did you think of those? Are you going to be down for a photo shoot with something like that ever in your life?
I'm 100% not. Like even like in the Everglades, just in general, like it's not my spot. Like I'm not a big alligator. Like I'm in Texas. If you get an alligator out there, it's like you shut the city down. So it's like. But the pictures turned out great. He said I can borrow some outfits for game days, so I plan on getting those and see what I can look like with those outfits on. The fur, maybe like he had those big boots with that trench coat looking thing. I thought that might be good for a away game, maybe in Denver or something. Yeah, something like that.
Thanks, Patrick.